Hi, Angela. It looks like you came up with very similar order on this as most everybody else, especially with the top ones being 3, 1, and 4. So great on that. Although your top time, 6:53, was significantly faster than your second place time, which was 6:89. That's over 0.3 of a second. And then your third place time was 7:01, was another tenth behind that, almost a half a second behind your fastest time. All right, and then your fourth place time, 7:27, another couple tenths. So a huge, pretty big span of time on here. I mean, your fastest was 6:53 and your slowest was 7:87. So well over a second, well over 1.2 seconds, or a second and a quarter almost, difference on that. Okay, let's take a look. This was your second fastest time. She did have a little bit of a slip out there, so I think that maybe would have been a little bit faster even. It'd have been interesting to see if you'd done that again, if that would have been any faster than that one was. But it definitely looked like she landed and had a little bit of a slip, which maybe a tenth of a second, but probably not enough to catch up to your fastest time. All right, so this was your fifth fastest time at 7.27. Again, we're talking about a 0.7 of a second slower almost than your, over 0.7 of a second slower than your fastest time. So pretty big difference. I like the blind. That's good. Nice job. Good. And it does almost look on here like you have these set at a little bit more of a different angle. So it looks like the angle on this, that does make that a lot longer path. So I'm not surprised that then the choices going this direction to the left at this jump end up being that much slower for you guys, because it does look like it's a little bit longer path on here. Only thing on that is I'd love to see you, let me go back a little further here, get out of her way. Cue that jump and get out of her way a little bit more. So the blind cross is good. And then you're kind of there waiting on her. And I'd love for you to cue it and just go and get out of there even a little bit faster. Okay. I think that could have been a little bit faster, but again, not fast enough to contend with the other times. All right. So this was your fastest. Nice. Good girl. And I think you could have just done a shoulder turn there instead of turning into her on that. I think you just could have turned your shoulders with her. It doesn't look like there's much space for her to go out there. So I think you could have just done a little forward send and shoulder turn to that next jump. Nice. Super. And she's like landing going into that tunnel. So obviously that's going to be by far the best. But I even think that could have been a little bit faster for you guys. Okay, so this was your third fastest time. Nice. Very nice. Good. I think you could drive her in and out of those turns a little bit more. Oops, let me come back a little bit further. Yeah, I'm not as keen on how wide she goes there. I'd love to see you get up there and hold and get her in on this line just a little bit more. I think that could have been a little bit tighter. That was good. That ending was nice. Good. All right. And then this was 7.87. This was your slowest path on here. And again, that has a little bit to do with it because I think she's just taking this jump and landing out here more. I'd love to see her getting that a little bit tighter. But I think you said you're working on those, right? Good girl. I'd love to see you get out of that even faster so you could drive her up to that jump because I don't think she had a ton of forward cues. You're still getting out of that little thing there. And she's like, oh, wait, am I on the left side? Am I on your right side next? So definitely that one could have been improved on a little bit. But again, not enough to be anywhere close to your fastest times, I don't think. All right, this was your sixth fastest time. Again, 7.46. So it was your second slowest time. So again, we're talking just under a second slower than your fastest one. All right. Again, work on those wraps, okay? I think that's what's getting it on this for some of it. Good job. Because look how big, there's no reason for her to land on this jump. There's no reason for her to land way out there, okay? And on that one, no reason for her to land way out here, okay? I think you could have tightened that up a little bit. So again, I think working on these little backsides or parallel approaches to the jump where she's got to take it and bend are going to be a good thing for you guys to focus on in your training. Okay, this was your fifth fastest time. Again, just about a tenth of a second slower than your last one, or faster than your last one. And that's why, because she's landing going to that jump. So that helps out tremendously. Okay, so again, I'd like to see those wraps a little bit tidier on the ones where you're coming in this direction from 4 on. I'd like to see those a little tidier. These were all going to be nice fast paths for you guys. So that was really good. All right, good work with Brenna. And let me know if you've got any questions.